Okay, let's get started, because I don't think he's coming. So good afternoon and welcome to TC Search Geometry Week 1 Lines and Angles. So today I'm gonna go over angles, lines, slope, midpoint, and distance. So let's start with angles. Do you have any idea like what these three pictures are?
I think she's, yeah.
Okay, you can put it in the chat or if you don't want to say it.
Is the second one acute angle?
Yeah, the second one's an angle. So the first one's a ray, and a ray is a part of a line that begins at a particular point and extends forever in one direction. And the second one is an angle. It's a figure formed by two rays and shares a common endpoint. So you see B is the point B, that's an endpoint that they share.
It's called a vertex, I think.
Yeah, it's a called vertex. And the last one is an angle bisector, and it's a line that splits an angle into two equal parts. Do you know what these angles are named?
Yes, the first one is acute angle, the second one is a right angle, and then the third one is a obtuse angle?
Yeah.
Okay.
And do you have any idea what these are?
No.
So the first one is a supplementary angle, and it's like two angles that add up to 180, so it's a straight line. And the second one is a complementary angle, and it's two angles that add up to 90 degrees. So let's do some like practice problems. Do you know how to solve for the x in this problem?
I think so.
So what's the first step?
Subtract, for the x plus 4, you subtract 4. Never mind.
Okay, so
Don't you put
oh, you could go.
Don't you put like x plus 4 equals to 0 or something?
So like first we need to figure out like what type of angle is this. Like from the previous slide, there's two types of angles. So we have to figure out what type of angle this is.
Right angle?
Yes, but like it's a complementary angle because these two angles add up to 90 degrees, right?
Oh, okay.
So what you want to do is you put like add up the two terms, x plus 4 and then plus 3x plus 2 and set it equal to 90. And then you add up the like terms, x plus 3x equals 4x and then 4 plus 2 equals 6. You subtract 6 on both sides and you get 4x equals 84. And divide 4 on both sides and you'll get x equals 21. But that's only what x equal to. If you want to find like what's the measure of like this angle, you have to plug x back into the equation and then add it. So can you like tell me what's the measure of the angle for this one?
Okay. Oh. 28.
It's 21 plus 4, so it's 25, actually 25. 25 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah, because x plus 4, and then you know what x is? X is 21. So 21 plus 4 equals 25. Do you want to do the other angle and see what's the degree?
Yeah. $65.
Yes. It's 3, and then you plug in the x plus 2, and then 3 times 21 goes 63, plus 2 equals 65. And 65 plus 25, and it equals 90. So that's how we know the x equals 21 is correct. Can I erase this?
Can you repeat the last part because you're like breaking out?
Oh, sorry. So the last part is, so you get 65 for this, 65 degrees, and if you add them together, 25 plus 65, you get 90. And that's how you know that x equals 21 is correct, because they add up to 90 degrees.
Okay.
Can I clear the writings?
You want to see the writing?
No, can I clear everything? Because I'm going to move on to the next question.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the next question, what type of angle is this? Like, what do they add up to? Oh, sorry.
180?
Yes. And what's the name of that angle?
I forgot.
Oh, it's called a supplementary angle, because they add up to 180.
Okay.
So do you have any idea how to like solve for x for a supplementary angle?
You put everything, all of those equations equal to 180?
Yes. Do you want to say it out loud and I can write it down?
Okay. 6x minus 10. Do you put like multiplication or like addition?
Addition. You add it together.
Okay. Plus 4x plus 6 plus 7x plus 14 equals to 180.
And then you combine the like terms.
So 6x plus 4x, which is 10, and then plus 7x, which is 17x.
Yes.
And then negative 10 plus 6, negative 2.
Negative 4.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Negative
Okay.
4 plus 14 is 10.
Yes, that's correct.
So you subtract 10 on each side.
I'm going to write it here so you can see.
So you divide 17 on each side and you get x equals 10, right?
Yes. And do you want to plug the x in to see what the degree of each angle is?
Okay, so 6 times 10, 60 minus 10 would be 50 for that one. Yeah. 4 times 10 is 40. 46 for the middle one. 84 for the third one.
Yes. And we have one more question for the angles. So, do you have any idea how to solve this one?
No.
Okay, so first, this time there are two variables. There's a y and there's an x. So let's take a look at the BXD, angle BXD. What angle is that? This one, angle BXD.
Right angle?
Yeah, that's a complementary angle. And they add up to what?
90.
Yes. So you can solve for x over here. How do I solve for x over here?
Where?
Over the in the angle BXD, the one I drew a blue line. So we know these two numbers add up to 90, right?
So 2x plus 40 equals 90?
Yes. So 2x plus 40 equals to 90.
Okay.
And how do you solve for x?
You subtract 40 on each side.
And you get 90 minus 40 is 50. And then
You divide by 2 on each side.
yes, divide by 2 on each side, and then we will get x equals 25. So now we know what x is. We could plug this back into to this term. So do you know what degree this is now?
2 times 25 plus 40?
No, just plug the x back in for this angle, for this degree.
Okay. 50.
Yes. And now we can solve for the y term, right? And how do we do that?
5y plus 50 plus 40 equals to 180.
Yep. Equals to, wait, sorry. And then we should add the like terms. So 5y plus
90.
90 equals 180 minus 90 on both sides. We will get 5y equals 90. And then we should what?
We should divide 5 on each side.
And y will equal to
16?
It's actually 18.
I have a question.
Oh yes.
Should I copy, do I have to copy this down?
If you want to.
Yeah, it would be beneficial, but it's not required.
Because I'm gonna like post worksheets after this lesson, so you can like do it.
The worksheets will be due next Sunday, right?
The worksheets are optional, but I'll post the answer keys like on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, so we're gonna start lines now. And yeah. Do you know any of these the names of these?
Is the second one line segment?
It's actually not the second one, it's actually the third one is a line segment.
Oh, okay.
So the first one is a point, and the second one is a line, and the third one is a line segment. I think you know that a point is a point, and a line is different from line segment, where a line can extend forever on both sides. Dots at the end, that means that it's ending, so it's a line segment, not a line. You go on the next slide. Do you know any of these two?
Parallel lines?
The first one is parallel. Do you know the second one?
Perpendicular?
Yeah, it's perpendicular. So basically, the parallel lines, they'll never touch, they'll never intersect, because they have the same amount of distance between them, so it will never ever intersect. Whereas perpendicular lines, they do intersect, and whenever they intersect, it's gonna create right triangles between them. If you see, these are all right triangles. The four of them are all right triangles. That's why it's called perpendicular. Only perpendicular lines create right triangles.
Oh, okay.
Okay, these are called transversal lines. Basically, it's two parallel lines, but then another line comes and intersects it. So it creates 8 angles, as you see, and there are some new vocabularies we're gonna learn. Go on the next slide. Okay, so the first one is alternate interior angles, which are the angles are inside the lines, which are 3, 4, 5, and 6, if you see. So basically the interior angles, they are the same for the ones that are corresponding to each other, which is 3 and 6, 4 and 5. If you see, they have the same angle degrees. 3 and 6 are equal to each other, 4 and 5 are equal to each other. Did you get that? Like, do you understand that? If you don't understand, you can ask.
Can you explain it again? Because I didn't understand it.
So basically, if you look at the graph on the left, the picture on the left, you see that x and x, y and y, and x equals to x, y equals to y. So basically, x and x have the same degrees, y and y has the same degrees. So they're basically the same angle. Did you get
Okay,
that?
I get it this time.
Okay. Okay, next, we're gonna learn about the exterior angles. So alternate exterior angles are the same as the interior ones, but they are outside. So if you see 1, 2, 7, and 8, they are outside, whereas 3, 4, 5, 6 are inside the lines. So basically, they're also the same. So 1 and 8 are the same angle. 2 and 7, they are the same angles. So they basically have the same degrees. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, we have corresponding angles, which are two. So basically, they are also the same angle, but they are not like next to each other. If you see for the numbers, it's basically 2, 6, 1, 5, 3, and 7, 4, and 8. So basically, you see the same color of numbers. They are the same angle. So basically, they are the same, but in different places, if in different positions. So 1 and 5, they are the same degrees. 2 and 6, they are the same degrees. 3 and 7 are same degrees, and 4 and 8 are same degrees. Did you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, supplementary angles, as we talked before, they add up to a 180 degree angle. So basically when they're on the same line, they add up to 180. And in here we have 8 pairs, which are 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 3 and 4, 2 and 4, 5 and 6, 5 and 7, 7 and 8, and 6 and 8. So basically they 1 and 2 they add up to 180, but 1 and 3 also add up to 180. So they are all supplementary angles. Do you understand that, or if I talk too fast? You can let me know.
I understand it.
Okay. Okay, so congruent angles, which means the same angle. So congruent means same. So congruent angles means the angles that are same. Like they have the same degrees. Like 50 degrees angle equals to another 50 degrees angle. So basically here 1, 4, 5, 8, they are all the same angles, and 2, 3, 6, 7, they are all the same angles. And supplementary angles that are the angles that adds up to 180 degrees. Did you understand about the congruent angles?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here are some practice problems. Do you have any idea how to start setting up?
I'm not sure, but I think do we have to put the angle sign?
No.
So
Basically you have to solve for x in here, and do you have any idea how to like start on this question?
um wouldn't it be like 5x minus 26 plus 3x plus 10?
Actually, it's not that. If you look closely, they are a alternate interior angles because they are inside of the lines. If you see, and so basically what that means that they are the same angles. They have the same degrees. Did you get that? So
Yeah, so they
basically,
both equal to 90?
no. It's so
Oh.
basically it's 5x minus 26 equal to 3x plus 10. Because they're alternate interior angles, so that means that they are the same. So you can set them up equally. You can set them equal as an equation. And I'm pretty sure you know how to solve this equation. Do you want to solve?
Sure. Plus 10. I mean 10. So then you'll divide by 2 on both sides will equal to, wait, no. You have to add 26 on each side. So it'll be 2x equals to 36.
6.
And then you divide by 2 on each side, which will be x equals 12. No. 18.
18. Yeah. Okay. I think we can do one more and then we can skip to another lesson because I think we're running out of time actually.
Okay.
Do you have any idea how to solve for this one? You can solve for x first. You don't have to mind the y for now yet. If you don't have any idea, I can explain. So basically, in this situation, x plus 90 and 4x minus 15, they are congruent angles because they are opposite of each other in two intersected lines. So basically, they are equal to each other. So what you can do is set them as an equation equal to each other.
So 4x minus 15 equals to x plus 90?
Yes, because they are congruent angles, because they are when two lines intersected, the angles opposite from each other are the same.
Okay, so add 15. No, should we add x minus x on each side?
Either one is fine.
Okay. $105.
And then you can subtract x on both sides.
3x equals 105. Divide by 3 on each side. $85.
Yeah, it's 35.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If we have like homework from school, like that's geometry, would you be able to help us? Yeah.
You can ask you can post it on the Google Classroom, and if we see it, we will try to answer it.
Oh, okay.
Or you can you can post it on Google Classroom. We will get a notification.
Okay.
I think we can go to the next lesson.
So the next part we're going to learn about are slopes. So this is the slope equation. It's the rise of a run. And then in geometry, slope is used to find the parallel lines and the perpendicular lines. Parallel lines have the same slope, while the perpendicular lines, they have the negative reciprocals. And negative reciprocals are numbers that you have to flip and negate it. So for example, 3, the negative reciprocal of 3 is negative 1/3. So you flip it and negate it.
Yeah, basically, if it's just an integer, it doesn't have a fraction. It's not a fraction. You can just think it as the number over 1 because the number over 1 is still equal to that number. So basically, you flip it. It's 1 over that number. But for fractions, you can just flip them and add the negative sign.
Yeah. So for example, for fractions, if it's like 4/5, the negative reciprocal will be 5/4, and you negate it, add a negative sign.
Mm-hmm.
So let's work on a practice problem. So for this question, we have to find which equation represents a line that is parallel to the line whose equation is y equals negative 3x minus 7. So do you remember what the slope of parallel line is?
The formula?
So are they negative reciprocals or are they equal?
Equal?
Yes, so for parallel lines, the slopes are equal.
Yeah, we forgot to mention, but y equals mx plus b is like a line formula. So basically y equals mx plus b is how you define a line, like how you would graph a line, and mx plus m is the slope part in the formula. And if you look at all the answers in the question, it's all in the form of y equals mx plus.
So the slope is negative 3. So if you have to find a parallel line, so we have to find which slope in the answer choice is equal to negative 3.
1.
Yes, 1 is correct because they have the same slope. Let's work on a perpendicular lines. So which line is perpendicular to the line whose equation is 5y plus 6 equals negative 3x? Do you have a
question?
Yes?
So this one is not, we don't use y equals mx plus b.
Oh, so the first step we have to turn it back to y equals mx plus b. So we have to convert that into that.
Minus 6.
Minus 6. 5y equals negative 3x minus 6.
Divide by 5.
Y equals negative 3/5x minus 6/5. So what's the slope for this equation over here?
-3/5.
Yes. And we have to find the negative, we have to find the perpendicular line to this equation. So you remember like the perpendicular, it had to be negative reciprocals. So what's the negative reciprocal of this? -3/5.
3/5. I mean, okay, 3/5.
Oh, so you have to flip it. When you flip it, what do you get?
5/3.
Yes, 5/3, and you negate the negative sign, so you just get rid of it. So it is positive 3/5. Sorry, 5/3.
Okay. So it's 2.
Yes. And let's move on to midpoints.
Mhm.
Oh, you're muted, Emily. You're muted.
My bad. I was talking hold on. Okay, so um a midpoint can only happen in a line segment because a line segment has ends, but a line cannot have a midpoint because it extends forever, so it does not have a midpoint. Okay, so basically this is a formula to determine the midpoint of a line segment on a coordinate grid. So basically x1 and y1 is the coordinate like the point of the coordinate of the point of a end on a line segment. So and then of course you need two ends because a line has two ends. A line segment has two ends. So basically you plug in the coordinate of the the ends of the line segment into this formula, then you can get the midpoint of that line segment. Did you understand that? Or was it confusing?
Can you explain it again?
Okay, so basically, you know, line segment has two ends, and on a coordinate plane, a coordinate plane, I meant like the XY, the graph plane. The end would have a coordinate which is like 1 2, like 1 comma 2, you know, that like on a coordinate plane it has a coordinate, and for two ends you would plug it in. Yeah, like what Jai wrote on the screen, that's like a coordinate of a point, so you would plug that in to the formula to get the midpoint of that line segment. So that's an example how you would plug it in.
Okay, I get it now.
Wait, actually, yeah, to some practice problems, I think. Do you have any idea how to start on this question? So it's basically the same question as the one Jai just showed us, but with different numbers. So you see there are two x values, which is 2 and 8, and two y values, which are -5 and 3. So you would plug them in, and the first ordered pair, which is 2, -5, would be x1 and y1. And you add them up and you divide it by 2 because it's middle, so it would be half, and you would get 5. No. Yeah, it's 5. Isn't it 5? I think it should be 5 and -1. Did you understand it? If there's any question, you can ask.
So the midpoints of those 2 points are 8 and -1.
Isn't it 5 and -1? Because 2 plus 8 goes 10. Yeah, it should be 5 and -1. So basically, you plug in the numbers into this formula, then you calculate so you can get the midpoint.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I think we can go on another practice problem. We have enough time, I think. Do you have any idea on this question? This question is a little bit different from So for this question, you have to go backward. So basically, because you already have the midpoint, so you have to go backward to find another point, which is coordinate of B. And in this case, you can double up -5 and 2 because you when you try to find the midpoint, you divide it by 2 because it's half of a line segment. So in this case, you can double up -5 and 2, which becomes -4 and 10. And you already have the coordinate of A, so you know that coordinate A plus coordinate B equals to -10 and 4. So in this case, -3 plus another number equals to -10. And 6 plus another number equals to 4. Do you get that? If you don't understand, we can slow it down.
Can you explain it again, please?
So basically, we already have the midpoint, so we will go backward to find the point that and the end point of the line.
Which one is the midpoint, the A or M?
M.
Oh, okay.
Point M is the midpoint. Wait, I think it's -5 and 2. It shouldn't be 10.
Oh, didn't you double it?
Yeah, but it still has the -2 under there. So basically, you would double it because there is the divided by 2, so you would divide it by 2 on both sides.
I have a question.
No, actually, you yeah.
So we basically like split it up, like, so the -3 is on the first one and then the 6 is on the second one.
Yes, because you have to calculate it by x value and x value, y by y,
Okay, I
because
get it.
they're different. And so basically you see 2 equations now and you try to solve them. And for the x value, you multiply by 2 on both sides because you see the dividing on the left side, and you so it becomes -3 plus x equals -10. And for the second one, it would be 6 plus y equals to 4. Do you want to solve for x and y?
Sure. +3 on both sides. So x equals -7. And then the second one would be -6 on both sides. And then y equals -2.
Yes, so -7, -2 would be the coordinate of the other end, which is coordinate B. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're running out of time. We can skip to the other lesson now.
So the last one we're gonna go over today is distance. So to find the distance between 2 coordinates, we're gonna use this equation. So it's basically we plug in the coordinates into this equation to find the distance between them. So for this question, we have to find the length between points -4, 2 and 146, 52.
So you would basically plug in those numbers into that formula, try to get the length of that line.
So it'll be d equals square root -4.
So it will be -4 minus 1 4 plus 2 minus 52 squared. You could plug that into a calculator.
For the geometry regions, will we be able to use calculators?
Yes, you'll be
Yes.
used to use
Yeah,
calculators
you weren't it?
the whole test.
Oh, okay.
Did you get an answer on the calculator?
I don't think it's correct, but I got 158.11.
Yeah, that's correct.
That is correct. That's answer choice 4.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, okay.
Do we have a time for another problem, or should we end it?
If Raisa wants to go over another one, we can do so. But if she have to leave, then I think we can end it.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to go over another one?
Yeah.
So for this one, you do the same thing. You plug the coordinates into the equation.
So we plug it into a calculator and then we get our answer, right?
Yeah.
Is it 3?
Check if you like plug in the numbers correctly, because it's not 3.
Okay.
It should be one of these answer choices.
Wait, the sign should be plus sign between the 4 minus 1.
Oh, sorry.
No, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
One?
It's not 1. It should be number.
I think she meant the answer choice 1.
Oh yeah, answer choice 1.
I think our lesson is ended. Do you have any questions or any concerns?
We're gonna there's gonna be another one next Sunday, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be 6 weeks. So today is the first week, and we will have 5 more lessons.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
for joining.
Have a good day.
Bye. I hope to see you next week.